Hey, today's episode is part 2 of the episode series about how you can come to Australia to learn English. What is needed for you to come to Australia to learn English, how much money you need, what are the visa requirements, and so on. That's what we're going to learn today. If you're one of those people who are thinking of coming to Australia for travel, leisure, work and study, then today's episode is for you. And if you have friends who cannot stop talking about how they wish they could go somewhere to study English, to learn English, to an English-speaking country, then please share this episode with them. They will thank you for it. Let's get cracking, amigos y amigas. Let's get cracking is Australian for let's get started. Welcome, amigos y amigas. So welcome to today's episode of the English Made Simple show. This is episode number 218, number 218, número 218. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Milena and I am the host of the English Made Simple show, and I live in Australia, more specifically in Adelaide, but I used to live in Melbourne. And my home address now is englishmadesimple.net. That's where I live, englishmadesimple.net. What is in Adelaide? What's Adelaide known for? Asked nobody. Okay. Every time I speak with someone from other parts of Australia, they ask me where I live, and I say I live in Adelaide, and they go, why? 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 For real, that's the first question they would ask me. Why? Adelaide is a small country town. There is 1 million of us in Adelaide. I prefer it that way, so I like peace and quiet, and Adelaide gives me peace and quiet. The next question I get asked usually by people is, so what do you do in Adelaide, Milena? What do you do? So, what do I do in Adelaide? Well, I watch Netflix, right? All right, guys. So, today's episode is different. We are going to talk about the specifics, the nitty-gritty stuff about the requirements in order for you guys to come to Australia so you can plan your trip and be well informed. We will cover stuff about the visa requirements, work, how much money you would need, or how much you need to budget in order to survive in Australia, okay? And please share this episode with someone you know who would benefit from hearing about learning English in Australia. If I got you all excited all of a sudden and you want to learn more about learning English in Australia, then head on over to englishmadesimple.net/Australia. Enter your name and email, and I can refer you to an agent who can help you with a visa. Right, today I wanted to answer the most commonly asked questions when somebody is asking themselves before coming to Australia, right? So I'm going to answer, I think I have 4 questions to answer. So I'd like to cover that in today's episode. So I will just go through it in a random order, okay? There's no specific order of questions. So here we go. Question number 1. Is it possible to visit Australia on a tourist visa, come here as a tourist, and then later decide to stay longer, if you know what I mean? You can stay longer and study something. Okay, let me answer that question in short. Yes, you can. So you can come here as a tourist, and if you like it, you can stay longer. The best way to extend your visa is to study in Australia. Now, remember, you can't work while on tourist visa. I'm not an immigration agent. I just know from hearing about this from my friends. As a tourist, you're not allowed to work on a tourist visa. Also, something else to keep in mind, Australia as a country has diplomatic relationships with other countries. In saying this, and what this means is that some countries have a higher privilege when it comes to obtaining visas for travel, work, or study. Something to bear in mind. So to answer this question properly, yes, you can come to Australia as a tourist, and in most cases you can apply for a student visa while you're visiting Australia. It is best to speak with an immigration agent who can advise you better, of course. I'm not an immigration agent, but I know someone who can help you. Just go to englishmadesimple.net/Australia, enter your details in, and I will forward your information to an agent. Hopefully that question is answered. On to the next question, amigos y amigas. Question number 2. Can I look for a job while I am on the student visa? Let me rephrase this question. Can you work at all while you're living in Australia as a student? Yes, you can. You can work for up to 20 hours a week. I think this is also specified in your visa. Once you get your visa approved, you will probably see what's allowed, what's not allowed. And most employers will ask you what visa you're on before giving you work. If the employers allow you to work more than 20 hours a week while you're on a student visa, then both of you will be breaking the law. So just be mindful of that. You can work for up to 20 hours a week, 20 hours maximum while you're on a student visa. Which brings me to the next question. Question number 3. What types of jobs can you really do in Australia? What types of jobs allow you to work for up to 20 hours a week? Good question. Some of the jobs you could do are part-time based jobs or casual types of jobs. Full-time jobs allow you to work more than 20 hours a week or more than 30 hours a week. So if you're looking for a job while you're studying, then look for some casual jobs, okay, such as waitressing, customer service jobs, anything to do with customer service, tradie jobs, which, something like physical, fixing things, doing odd jobs, painting, cabinet making, carpentry, building type of work, construction type of work, I should say, physical type of work, or you can even do cleaning. Now, you can earn some really good money with cleaning, and I've met a few people who just work for cleaning companies. Now, these are just some ideas. It doesn't mean you have to do these jobs. There are plenty of jobs in Australia. It just that you're limited with 20 hours a week. So I'm just giving you some ideas of what you could be doing if you wanted to work and study, okay? Now, question number 4. How much does it cost to study English in Australia? Well, aside from the ticket to come to Australia, okay, you have to budget for that. You have to also budget for the cost of English courses, which can vary, okay? They're not all the same. There's no fixed cost. So it varies between 175 per week and 300 per week. So between that, the price depends on the school, what school you choose, and the type of course you choose. Also, it can depend on the timetable and location. You don't have to only take English courses, by the way. You don't have to go there to learn English. You can do something else. You can take other courses, such as more industry-specific courses. These type of courses are called Vocational Education and Training, or VET for short. VET courses provide you with the skills and experience needed to join the workforce here in Australia. It also helps you upgrade your skills or move into a different career if you wish. These types of courses can provide you with Australian experience. So when you're looking for work in Australia, you can say that you have Australian experience because you have taken work-related courses in Australia. I hope this helps. This was a tip. I've given you some ideas here if you ever feel stuck and somebody asks you, do you have Australian experience? So this is one way to get Australian experience, going through the VET courses, okay, taking some of those courses. Okay, on to the next question, amigos y amigas. Question number 5. Is there an age limit to when you can apply for a student visa? Is it only for young people, like 20-year-olds? I'm not sure if there is actually an age limit. However, When I spoke to the agent, she said that preference is for ages between 18 and 45 years of age. Most visas have age restrictions, unfortunately. So between ages of 18 and 45. And another thing to note down is when you are planning your trip, ensure that you have enough money for travel. So yeah, you need money for the ticket. Obviously, you will need to have enough money for at least 3 months of your stay in Australia. For at least 3 months, amigos y amigas. And this should also cover your rent, bills, transport, food, and entertainment. There are a lot of people who come to study here. It's very common. Most universities and schools are full of overseas students. I have met so many overseas students in Australia and in New Zealand when I was studying in New Zealand a long time ago now. It is not uncommon to travel to another country to study, okay? It's very common. I am only saying this because maybe some of you think that this is not possible. I can say it is possible. You just need to plan carefully, alrighty? That's a wrap today. Let's wrap it up today. This episode concludes our 2-episode series on how you can come to study English in Australia, or how you can come and study in Australia. In the last episode, we have learned about the basic things, fundamental things you should consider when planning to come to Australia, the type of city, the type of courses, things to consider. And in today's episode, we have answered more specific questions about the visa and cost of living in Australia, what you would expect. Now, for more information, or if you'd like to get in contact with an agent who can advise you better than me, please go to englishmadesimple.net/Australia. englishmadesimple.net Australia, okay? This link is replacing the other link I used to use, which was englishmadesimple.net/study. Anyway, both of those links will work, so check it out, englishmadesimple.net/Australia. And that's it for this week, amigos y amigas. We are going to start a new series on how to make conversations in English simple, okay? Stay tuned for that. Amigos y amigas, please share this episode with somebody you think would benefit from hearing about learning English in Australia. Don't forget to tell them to visit englishmadesimple.net/Australia. Thanks for joining me today, amigos y amigas. You've been an amazing audience, as always, and you've been jamming with Milena from English Made Simple. Have an awesome rest of the week. Until next time, hasta la próxima.